Well, it's not quite a nor'easter, but the rain's coming down pretty good here at Fenway Park in Boston. Tonight, it's the first of 3 to start the new week between the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. Major League Baseball on MLB Network is next. Lance Lynn will be on the mound for the series opener. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Lance Lynn is a strike-throwing machine, not an overpowering guy. He's 92 to 95 miles an hour. He's going to throw anywhere between 60 to 70% fastballs. Does have the slider and does use his changeup. He's primarily a fastball-type pitcher. If he has that good breaking ball, he could be really tough.
Settling in now, Kyle Tucker. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Mazara's on his horse. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, Matt, they have to be very happy so far with the performance they're getting out of that guy in the 8th spot. He's hitting over 400. Now, hold on. I know it's just April, but that's really impressive. And if you're hitting 400 in the backyard playing wiffle ball, you're still doing something pretty good. It's been a great start, and I'm interested to see if he can feed off of it the rest of the way.
No balls and 1 strike. And, fellas, you take a look at this Rangers team entering play here tonight. They come in off to a bit of a slow start with just 1 win in their first 3 tries.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic. You're not going to win every ball game. So they lost last game. Fine. Let's find a way to execute today and get on the winning side. Keep battling, young man. 3 foul balls in a row. He is calibrating that heater and the off speed. Let's see if he can catch something on the barrel.
Grounded up the first baseline. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. He pulls this one into right. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Well, that's just a case, D-Roll. You got to make a little bit better pitches with 2 strikes. Jumps ahead 0-2, and then a couple of foul balls. And on pitch number 5, he squares one up for a base hit.
Yeah, I can't tell you how nice that feels right there. You battle to get and count leverage and fight to get your ace swing off. 0-2, you're almost turned around walking back to your dugout. So that's a nice piece of hitting.
And there's out number 2.
Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in and they get the force on the plate. To be honest, that just can't happen.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Popped him up. Bandy shading to his right. And the inning is over. 1 left for Houston, and now the Rangers will get their shot in a scoreless ball game. So digging in now, Delino DeShields. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Rangers, the center fielder, Delino.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Starts him out with a cutter, and he gets him to swing through it. 1 strike. And, fellows, these Astros entering play here tonight. It appears to be all systems go to start the new year as they've come out of the gates on a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah, guys, you know what, as well as I do, being in the clubhouse before the game, this team's riding high. 4-0 to start their road trip. They're more concerned about what they're having for dinner than worried about the opposing pitcher right now.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. With a moment now, let's have a look at the home team starting lineup. D-Row, what do you got on this lineup in the series opener?
Well, Matt, when we drove over to the ballpark today, we were expecting some offensive firepower, especially in this yard. It's a hitter's yard, but that could sometimes work against them. I'm interested to see what lineup stays within themselves and executes and manufactures to get this W.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. This is pulled into right. Reddick is there. 2 down.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
First delivery to him on the way. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. 2 out, nobody on. Now another 0-2. Hit down the line at first, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Down the first baseline. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
Man, errors are never welcome, but to make one with 2 outs in the first is especially painful. Now your pitcher has to make extra throws, and that could make the difference in how long he lasts in this game.
He'll start him with a breaking ball. Too low that time. It's ball 1. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Ricky Holiday.
Hey, D-Row, you better be up there ready to swing with Ricky Holiday behind the plate, particularly on that high.
Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And a good effort as he's able to stick with it and get the 3rd out of the inning. Rangers leave 1. Start of the 2nd here in Boston. Let's check in with Heidi for a bit more on the weather.
Matt, I am hearing that heavier rain is expected to pass through the ballpark at some point later in the game. The umpiring crew would, of course, like to get this one in uninterrupted. Sort of a delay if they determine the weather is impacting the play on the field.
All right, Heidi, thanks. We'll hope for the best, of course, but guys, you have to assume these players are probably going to be impacted by this weather at least a little.
Yeah, Matty, 100% it's going to be bothersome. They're going to have to watch their spikes. They're going to have to maybe gather themselves to get that extra grip on the baseball. But from a position player standpoint, you just can't lose focus. Starting pitchers are the ones that are going to have the most problems with it. Time for a look at the Rangers on D. And patrolling the outfield today is Nomar Mazara, one of the young superstars in our game right now. But he doesn't take his defense for granted. He's the big chill out there, making the game look easy with a strong and accurate throwing arm.
Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And that nearly broke our scoreless tie. Instead, it's a foul ball. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. And this is taken in for the 2nd out.
Batting 7th, the right fielder.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And that brings up the former Gold Glover Josh Reddick. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. Reddick, a 32-year-old veteran. He was a 17th round pick during the first-year player draft of 2006.
I know this.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Here's Rougned Odor now. He was among the many who failed to record a base hit in the loss yesterday. 0-1 the count. Here's a fly ball, well hit. Brantley going back at the track, and just short of a home run. This ball's off the wall. And a good start to the inning for the Rangers. It's going to be a leadoff double.
He got the pitch he wanted, and he didn't miss it right there. Hammer job.
In now the power-hitting outfielder Nomar Mazara. And he'll hit with a chance to push across the game's first run.
Yeah, great RBI opportunity here, but at the very least, he needs to find a way to advance that runner to third. Small things like that in a tight game could make a big difference. Took a real risk by going after the lead runner there heading into third. That's always a tough call, and it's hard to fault them for being aggressive. But you hate not to get an out when the batter was giving himself up.
Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike one. Lifetime history with Colin McHugh. He's hitless in 6 tries. Runners are at first and third with none out. In there, and he's in control. 0-2 now. McHugh, he's the kind of pitcher that a lot of pitching coaches and managers really appreciate, and that he rarely issues the free pass. He's a strike thrower.
Yeah, Matty V, and I think every pitching coach and every manager loves to have a guy like this on his staff. He won't beat himself. He'll make you put the ball in play, and he's not afraid to get his defense allowed. He's a pitch-to-contact guy, and that's one of the keys why he's been able to be.
Oh, and he has some trouble with it. The runner from third crosses the plate, and they've taken a 1-0 lead.
Oh, man, he just muffed that throw. No other way to explain it. Looked like it caught him in the heel of the glove instead of the pocket, so he's going to get hit with a fielding error as a result.
Into the box, Ronald Guzman. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
The struggles continue. That happens when you're not able to locate your secondary pitches. You become a one-pitch pitcher. He needs to start to get those secondary pitches over really fast.
Time for a look at the Houston Astros on D. And guys, what I want you to focus on today is this is one of the new age teams in the game that really rely on statistics and the numbers. And the numbers tell them that they're a better team defensively, moving guys around and shifting as much as they can.
Working for the punch out and the offering. A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here. Up next for the Rangers, Delino DeShields. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Here's the first pitch to him. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Yeah, guys, the key to hitting in the big leagues is to hit off the heater, and this guy is obviously sitting something else.
Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole. 0-2 now. Mazzara over at second. Cabrera on at first with 2 down. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Brantley going back to the track, and it's off the green monster. And the runner will score from second. Now 2 runs have scored. He'll come home with it, and he will come all the way around to score. Unbelievable.
Designated hitter.
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
Here comes the 0-1. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2.
Pretty late with the swing there. As a pitcher, you have to recognize that and keep coming in with the hard stuff until he proves he can hit it.
And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So it's 4 runs on 2 hits, including the home run. 1 Astro error. Here's Carlos Correa now, and they've got some work to do early on. Down 4-0 already. Here comes the first pitch. This one's down to third. Oh, and Cabrera bobbles it. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
Batting 9.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And that'll bring up the catcher, Robinson Chirinos. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1. Coming down in buckets, cats and dogs. Insert metaphor here, and the forecast is not showing any signs of relief.
Total agreement, Matt, and particularly that pitcher's mound. You know, one of the things you have to really be careful, not just for the position players, but that mound gets awfully slippery and awfully wet when it becomes moist like it is right now. So the umpires are going to have to really pay attention to the conditions on the field.
On to first, and there were two down. Coming to the plate now, Kyle Tucker, 0 for 1 here in the early going. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. This is in the air to center. Does he have another 1, 2, 3 for the ledger? He does. 8 in a row he's set down in the side. So next to the plate for Texas, Elvis Andrews. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3. No balls and a strike to count. Lofted in the air out toward right center. And that's in there. Base hit. He's around first, heading for 2. And on the play, the runner moves into scoring position now at second. Well, it's always daunting to know that you've got to deal with the 3, 4, 5 hitters to start out an inning, but even more so when the 3 hitter starts it out with a double.
Yeah, he's going to have to start making some good pitches to get out of this thing. Job number 1 is to get the next guy, and ideally you keep him from advancing the runner to third with less than 2 outs.
Behind 0-2 now. Andres leads off second with nobody out. Hit on the ground toward the left. In the dirt, and he can't quite dig it out.
Man, you can't continue to make mistakes like this and expect to win. That's 3 errors so far in this one, and they keep putting themselves in bad situations.
Here's a slider that's inside, 1-0. Well, you don't need us to tell you it's really starting to come down out there. I can't imagine the umpires will let this go too much longer if it doesn't ease up.
Well, you could say that again, Matt. It's raining cats and dogs out there. Make sure you don't step in a poodle. I think it's time to get the grounds crew out.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Oh, and he misses it. And this will find a wall out near the visitors' bullpen. And the runner will score from second.
When it left the bat, I thought the outfielder had a beat on it. Gave it a heck of an effort, going high for it, but he just can't bring it down. The run came across to score, and he's safely at second, hoping his teammates can return the favor.
Now the 0-1. Slider, and he can't pull the trigger. 2 strikes. And he got him. Runners are at second and third here with only 1 away. And that'll bring in the switch-hitting former All-Star Asdrubal Cabrera. And now a swing and a miss by Cabrera as he falls behind no balls and 2 strikes.
You know, hats off to the pitcher right there. You got a great hitter at the plate. It's early in the count, and he wanted to get ahead. Nice challenge pitch right there.
The 0-2 once more is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 on with 2 away, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Ronald Guzman. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Second and third, 2 away. Back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit, and not in time as the run scores. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Boy, talking about having ducks on the pond right there, D-Rose.
I know everybody wants to hit a home run. Those are the ones you remember. But without question, Dan, 2 out, 2 RBI knocks with runners in scoring position right there. You remember these knocks.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Here comes the 0-1. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on. Stepping in now, the speedy Tony Kemp.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. He pops him up toward the left side of the infield, and Cabrera will take this one for the first out.
Now batting.
Stepping up to the plate, Max Stassi. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Hit on the ground to third. On to first, and that is 2 quick outs to start the 4th. Here's Jake Marisnick, 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1, 2, 3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch.
And the second baseman is there to make the play, and that ends the inning. Astros go down 1, 2, 3. They're down by a touchdown, 7-0. Back now at Fenway Park, and here's Heidi Watney with a report.
Matt, I talked with the Rangers manager during the inning break about the team's offensive production to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said that averaging more than 2 runs per inning like they are right now isn't something you can expect very often, but it is something you can learn a lot from. When things come together and click like they have today, you have to step back and try to harness everything that's working as well as you can.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
For the Rangers,
back to the top of the order now, and up to bat next, Delino DeShields. Way behind that pitch, it's 0-1.
Stuff has never been a problem with this pitcher. It's execution and location that has always been his bugaboo. And that's exactly what happened here. I know he's ahead 0-1, but he's finding the heart of the plate way too often.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed, and this 4th inning will start the same way he ended the 3rd with a strikeout, and there's 1 away.
now batting.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Shin-Soo Choo. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. 7 runs, only 5 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. Smoked the other way, high and deep to left. Brantley going back, and it bangs off the monster. Now Choo around second. He'll try for 3. Now a long throw to third. Well, he is in there with a triple.
Yeah, and it was a good pitch. Almost getting it past him, but he catches up to it at the last second and goes to the opposite field, and the ball makes it all the way to the wall, allowing him to hustle all the way around for a triple.
Here's Elvis Andrus now, as he'll take a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
It's really hard to match up this poor performance when you dive into the numbers. This guy's thrown over 80% of his first pitches for strikes, but he's going to need to have to clean his stuff up a little bit better and get the ball down in the strike zone.
Ready on 0-2. And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Curveball looked at here for strike 1. 7 runs, just 6 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose. To his left, Correa. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score. Digging in once again, it was an RBI double for him in his last turn to the plate. From the stretch, here's the pitch. There's a fastball on the inner third taken for a strike. right there, and it's quickly 0-2 now.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at-bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his...
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. We played 4 full. The Rangers lead it 8-0. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Astros manager A.J. Hinch between innings specifically about his club's offense to this point. And he mentioned they need to show a lot more patience with their at-bats moving forward. He said that although he's not against swinging at the first pitch, today they're doing so way too often and at well-executed pitches. As a result, 6 of their at-bats have resulted in outs on just the first pitch.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. So striding in, Aledmus Diaz. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going. And the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning. Well, that's only the second hit he's given up tonight. And the first one didn't do any damage. So he's not sweating this one at all. They haven't been able to string anything together.
Here's Michael Brantley. He popped out in his first trip.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him.
Andrus on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Took a pretty long time for the shortstop to receive the ball that time. So that gave the runner plenty of time to bear down on him and take him out. Hopefully everyone's okay down there.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. This is line to left, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Now batting, the shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Stepping into the box, Carlos Correa. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Mazzara will come in a bit and put it away for the second out of the inning. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
The batter.
So 2 are gone for the Astros in the 5th, and that'll bring up the catcher, Robinson Chirinos. High fly ball out to straightaway center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Striding in once again, Nomar Mazzara. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead.
Mazzara.
And now pitch on the way. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. And he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. Under it is Marisnik, 1 away. Digging in the switch hitter is Rubel Cabrera. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. Here comes the first pitch. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike. Oh, and he can't hang on. Stepping into the box, Ronald Guzman. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. First delivery to him on the way. A shot down the first baseline. Set to deliver the 0-1. Swinging a ball yanked down the right field line. And that'll get over the wall. So forget about sending the runner. It'll be second and third now with only 1 away.
When you play in this park where the fences are shorter, this is going to happen more often than any other ballparks.
Here's the catcher, Jet Bandy. No balls and 1 strike. No hits to this point. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-2. 1-2 to the Rangers catcher.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's throwing strikes, but he's just not throwing enough quality strikes.
Here's another 1-2. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in two that time. Oh, and it falls as he can't make the play. And the recovery won't be in time as he'll beat the throw to first.
Dan, after this infield hit right here, this guy has to be so frustrated. He's been having a rough outing, and he's not discriminating the way he gives them up.
No, he isn't. You know what he's going to do after this one? He's going to go to the movies and watch the movie about himself, the Rocky Horror Pitching Show, because this has been a nightmare.
And here's the second generation big leaguer Delino DeShields. No balls and a strike to count. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Runners are at first and third, 1 away. And another foul ball. And he's struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lifted the other way to left center.
That's 10 strikeouts for him now, and I'll tell you.
And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. It's a 10-0 score.
I'm not sure what else the manager or pitching coach need to see, Matt. He obviously doesn't have his best stuff, and the longer he stays out there, the bigger the hole he digs.
Bandy on third. Chu at second with 2 gone. Behind 0-2 now. The 0-2 once more. Again, he sends it out of play. Here it comes now to Andrus. And yet another strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game, and this one ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors in a couple. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Kyle Tucker. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
No, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. He pulls this one into right, and that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1-for-3 game so far. So the leadoff man's aboard in their half of the 6th inning.
Now batting, the center fielder, Tony.
Striding in for Houston, Tony Kemp. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. This gets foul. It's 0-1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. This is on the ground over to first. There's one. Back to first, and great work by the pitcher hustling over to cover as he takes the throw for the 3-6-1 double play. Ready for another shot now, Max Stassi. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Strike one to start the at-bat. The windup and the 0-1. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike two anyway.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well and
threw it right past him. A swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Next to bat will be the Texas cleanup hitter, Joey Gallo. He reached on a fielder's choice previously and right into the shift. Oh, he may have been a little disoriented there or something. That's going to allow his man to reach first safely.
Second baseman.
First pitch on its way. Popped up. Stassi has a play. One down.
Now batting.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Drilled to the right side. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he popped him up. Here comes Brantley. He makes the running play. Two down.
The batter.
Trying to hang a zero. Here's the pitch. Seared down the first baseline. Throw to the plate. Bases full now following the error. And now it'll be the catcher, Jet Bandy. No balls and one strike. McHugh pauses. Here it is on 0-2. Hard hit ball to short. He'll come to the plate with it, and they get the force at home. Whatever works is this. So now it'll be the four-hole hitter, Jake Marisnick. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Into the box now, Aledmus Diaz. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. Hard liner, but picked up on a hop. On to first, and it's a quick start to the seventh as now there are two away. Into the box now, Michael Brantley. He reached on a fielder's choice previously. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike one.
Hey, it's really hard to pitch a gem, and what helps? This guy's first pitch strike percentage, how about 100%? Can't get any better than that.
Lifted in the air toward the line and right, and foul. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. On to first with it himself is Guzman, and the inning is over. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt. The first pitch hit in the air down the right field line, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Might have been taking all the way right there. That pitch couldn't have split the strike zone any better, and you can bet he wants that one back at the plate.
But this is gloved over there at first as he was in the right spot at the right time. One away. First pitch is a cutter looked at. 0-1.
The guy in the mound is having one heck of a night, but the downside of that, if you're going to strike out a lot of guys, your pitch count is going to be high. So this gives the offense some kind of hope as this game's getting down to the end.
Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
Tried to get him to bite on that curveball, but no luck. It'll be interesting to see what he goes with now with the count even at 2-2.
Throw is up the line as it gets away.
Now batting. Good stop. Elvis.
Standing in, Elvis Andrus. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. In there, a base hit.
Boy, this is just a case of another really good hitter finding a way, even though that was a soft liner, finding a way to get hits.
Yeah, he usually hits rockets and catches the barrel, but even his soft liners fall. Dan, he has a knack for keeping his bat in his zone and giving himself a chance much longer than the average ball player.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a ball hit on the ground. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
This is what every pitcher likes to have. Another 0-2 count really puts the hitters on the defensive side in multiple ways. You can go fastball up, you can go breaking ball down. One of the keys getting ahead, and he's done a very good job of that so far.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
You know, Matty, when I first broke into the league, you wouldn't see that high heater first pitch right out of the gate. But I think there's been a change in philosophy.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Rangers. Now to the plate, Josh Reddick. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Pat. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
There's a swing and a miss. Says, oh my goodness, he loses the shillelagh on that one. Look out. And he checked his swing, but it's a strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning. Stepping in, Carlos Correa. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Line towards center field, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Don't sleep on the bottom of the order right there. He broke out all ambush tactics. First pitch fastball middle in, and he's able to drive that for a nice single.
First offering on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Correa stands at first with 1 out. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. The 0-2 home. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Moving under it, Gallo. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Kyle Tucker. He singled his last time up. He's set. Here it comes. No balls and a strike to count. 2 out with the man at first. Swing and a liner. Foul. From the belt, kicks and deals. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. Astros leave. Standing in as Dribble Cabrera. He flew out in his last at bat. Here's a called strike about thigh high. 0-1. Strike 2 called on the inner half. 0-2 now.
He's had to be sitting out over that outer half of the plate. For him to take those first 2 pitches right there, finds himself 0-2. I'll be surprised if the pitcher doesn't go right back to that spot.
So it was a strikeout swinging as Dribble Cabrera is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And that'll wind up a foul ball just to the right of Pesky's pole. Struck him out. Strikeout number 16 thus far, as he's had a whale of a ball game.
Wow, talk about mowing him down. How about 2 strikeouts on 6 pitches? He isn't messing around, and these last 2 batters have had no answer for what he's throwing up there.
In there at the knees, strike 1.
Oh, man, he's got a chance to strike out the side on 9 pitches. 7 down, 2 to go.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Reddick has a read on it. And that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Rangers. Next up for the Stros, Tony Kemp starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Odor is there, 1 quick out to start inning number 9.
Second baseman, Max.
Striding in, Max Stassi, and he's 0 in this one, batting out of the 3 spot. Down the third baseline, but a foul ball here, 0-1. This is line to left. Oh, and this deflects right off him.
And that's just another base hit in a long line of many. Seems like he's been pitching from the stretch the entire game, but somehow he's still got a shutout going. We'll see how long he can make this last.
Standing in now, Jake Marisnick. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Ready with the 0-1. Line towards center field. And that's in there. Base hit. The relay. And that's the second out.
Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in and they get the force on the plate. To be honest, that just can't happen.
First delivery to him on the way. And he'll put this one away. And with that, the ball game is over. 10-0, the final shutout score in this one. The Texas Rangers took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end.